A life empowered is closer than you think. We're all looking for a better way. Reimagine what's next with a new sense of exuberance. Why not power on like you mean it? Or power off blissfully? A better sleep is a better awake. You've never moved like this before. With the energy nature intended. Imagine reprogramming the way you look at the speed of science, at longevity, at exhilaration. It's next level rejuvenation. Take control of your well-being from the inside out and outside in. The light within is ready to ignite. Be the light. LifeWave. You are a powerhouse of growth, of new experiences. You just don't know it yet. Let's change that, shall we? With innovation at our core, we've reimagined what's possible. Harnessing the body's natural energy flow with light. Backed by clinical research, X39 stimulates the skin with low levels of light to elevate a key peptide linked to renovating and rejuvenating the body. This life technology supports improved movement, recovery, and overall health and well-being. You are Generation Awesome. Shifting paradigms and creating new ones. We always knew you had it in you. Now it's time to prove it to yourself. Your adventures are only beginning. Discover the power and simplicity of doing more with X39. Be the light. LifeWave. An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things. Like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHK-Cu, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy for improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that can support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.
You may have heard it said that people say necessity is the mother of invention, but actually what I found is that divine inspiration is the actual key that unlocks the impossible. I didn't know those things when I was a young 8-year-old telling my dad I wanted to be an inventor. I just knew I wanted to create things and maybe even change the world in the process. As I grew up, my thirst and hunger to invent only became stronger, and I looked for a way to channel my energies into something that could benefit people. Then, one day, when driving home from work, I received what I would call a divine insight. What if we used light in an entirely new way to communicate with the human body? That's when the LifeWave patch technology was born, and the rest, as they say, is history. Sometimes I find it really hard to believe that this year I was issued my 200th patent, an accomplishment that makes me feel just so incredibly blessed. It's a testament that through the power of prayer, recognizing God as Lord and Creator, the power of persistence, and yeah, a lot of hard work. But as I get to do what I love to do every day, I fully acknowledge that it is through the great teamwork of our incredible global corporate staff and, of course, our amazing field leaders and brand partners. Without them, LifeWave wouldn't be what it is today. And I find it so incredible that with all of this, we're just getting started. After over 6 years of research, you can now deliver light-infused water to your body at the touch of a button, allowing you to achieve health benefits that have never been before possible with our X2O system. And not to mention that this also opens up an entirely new market for LifeWave. I have also worked with our research team to create an entirely new way of producing clean and abundant energy that will power your home, your electric car, and even generate enough power that you can sell the excess electricity back to the grid. When we release this new technology, it will provide you with a new financial opportunity while also helping to clean up the planet in the process. Something else I'm really proud of is that we're also launching our new drone technology as we speak. What I love about our community is that we are a group of people wanting to be part of the solution and helping those in need. These drones will allow us to do just this. When disaster strikes, we can bring hope to others. And we can do this in the form of relief aid and patches and expose our brand to a broader audience through resulting press coverage. Our principal mission, though, hasn't changed. I'm determined to find solutions for stopping and reversing human aging. And it's incredibly rewarding to see just how much progress we've made in this endeavor. I can tell you that LifeWave is truly a world leader on this subject. Patents on these and other inventions will ensure that LifeWave will only be growing bigger, stronger, and more influential for decades to come. And that's through this proprietary technology that is ours alone. So the great news, we all share a common vision: to help others by empowering people to take control of their well-being, their livelihood, and their longevity. As we continue to innovate and serve the needs of our customers, together we will be unstoppable. So let's share the light and let's be the light. You may have heard it said that people say necessity is the mother of invention, but actually what I found is that divine inspiration is the actual key that unlocks the impossible. I didn't know those things when I was a young 8-year-old telling my dad I wanted to be an inventor. I just knew I wanted to create things and maybe even change the world in the process. As I grew up, my thirst and hunger to invent only became stronger, and I looked for a way to channel my energies into something that could benefit people. Then, one day, when driving home from work, I received what I would call a divine insight. What if we used light in an entirely new way to communicate with the human body? That's when the LifeWave patch technology was born, and the rest, as they say, is history. Sometimes I find it really hard to believe that this year I was issued my 200th patent, an accomplishment that makes me feel just so incredibly blessed. It's a testament that through the power of prayer, recognizing God as Lord and Creator, the power of persistence, and yeah, a lot of hard work. But as I get to do what I love to do every day, I fully acknowledge that it is through the great teamwork of our incredible global corporate staff and, of course, our amazing field leaders and brand partners. Without them, LifeWave wouldn't be what it is today. And I find it so incredible that with all of this, we're just getting started. After over 6 years of research, you can now deliver light-infused water to your body at the touch of a button, allowing you to achieve health benefits that have never been before possible with our X2O system. And not to mention that this also opens up an entirely new market for LifeWave. I have also worked with our research team to create an entirely new way of producing clean and abundant energy that will power your home, your electric car, and even generate enough power that you can sell the excess electricity back to the grid. When we release this new technology, it will provide you with a new financial opportunity while also helping to clean up the planet in the process. Something else I'm really proud of is that we're also launching our new drone technology as we speak. What I love about our community is that we are a group of people wanting to be part of the solution and helping those in need. These drones will allow us to do just this. When disaster strikes, we can bring hope to others. And we can do this in the form of relief aid and patches and expose our brand to a broader audience through resulting press coverage. Our principal mission, though, hasn't changed. I'm determined to find solutions for stopping and reversing human aging. And it's incredibly rewarding to see just how much progress we've made in this endeavor. I can tell you that LifeWave is truly a world leader on this subject. Patents on these and other inventions will ensure that LifeWave will only be growing bigger, stronger, and more influential for decades to come. And that's through this proprietary technology that is ours alone. So the great news, we all share a common vision: to help others by empowering people to take control of their well-being, their livelihood, and their longevity. As we continue to innovate and serve the needs of our customers, together we will be unstoppable. So let's share the light and let's be the light.
It's incredible to think that the human race has conquered. It's incredible to think that the human race has conquered the skies. We've ventured into space, and we've even visited other worlds. We've been able to expand into horizons like at no other time in history. But at LifeWave, we see a more urgent challenge right here at home. We have an opportunity to be a leader in helping people in need with an incredible new aviation technology. I started Thunderstrike with a very simple objective in mind. Let's create a new drone technology capable of helping those in need when they need it. Imagine being able to deliver humanitarian aid in times of crisis with a drone that has unmatched endurance, extraordinary efficiency, with this technology actually working in harmony with nature, being completely non-polluting, being able to provide valuable information to workers during a crisis so we can deliver life-saving medical supplies. and being able to work with organizations to alleviate human suffering whenever and wherever it occurs. The simple message in all of this is that LifeWave will be there. Making a future one that we can all look forward to.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Super Wednesday. Welcome back again. All right. Now, we will start off with actually explanation or sharing of the Like and Stem Cells brochure. All right. Then after that, we will go into the products, how it works, and then I will pass the session to my partner in crime, who will be doing the business part today. Okay, and my partner in crime is none other than the handsome pharmacist, right? By the name of Jinhua. So without any further ado, it's already 8:01, and I would like to always keep time. Let's begin. All right. Now, if you look at the brochure, okay, this is the first page of the brochure, and it talks about David Smith, the LifeWave founder, CEO, and inventor, right? So before LifeWave, he was involved with the Navy SEALs mini submarine program because of the emergency oxygen system that he invented, right? And he is basically a scientist with a conscience, and he loved humanity, right? So he, besides the emergency oxygen system, which was used in the Navy SEALs mini submarine program, he also invented various other things like radiation reduction shield to handle basically the radiation exposure to everyone every day. Okay, and you saw the videos just now that we have shared. He actually invented also a humanitarian drone that can actually carry higher payload and fly further to deliver aid to people in need, right? So we have this drone which was actually launched already. And he also had a invention which actually transformed plastic waste, right, into energy. Okay, so most of the third world countries today suffer because the disposal of plastic is not handled properly. And first world countries always basically dump their plastic waste to third world countries. Okay, Malaysia was one of the countries which they dumped it to. Okay, so he has this invention that actually turns plastic waste into energy. Amazing, huh? And he also invented DHC coil, okay, that actually helps in the organic photo agricultural program that he actually put through. Okay, so this DHC coil basically helps the plants grow bigger, have better yield, grow faster, and grow bigger. Okay, so moving on. Oops. Okay, he has quite a lot of upcoming inventions. There you go. the oxygen enricher, this is the first picture is actually the DHC coil, which he actually invented. So this light and stem cells brochure is something that I would actually advise all brand partners to use. Okay. Now imagine if you go into an appointment, holding your bananas, you have 10 bananas, right? You go into the meeting with only 10 bananas and you just talk and talk and talk, the prospect will not capture everything, right? So it is also good that you use the light and stem cell brochure because you will go, it is very properly arranged and you will actually go step by step and you will not miss a point. And people, it gives a sense of credibility to what you say. Okay, so the upcoming inventions that we have coming would be the oxygen enricher, which a pilot program has already been started, okay, using this DHC coil over the ocean, right? If I ask you, what area of the earth would provide the oxygen to the earth? Which one provides more oxygen to the earth? A lot of people will tell me, oh, very simple answer, Alfred. It's the forest lah. Okay. You are only 40% correct. Why? Because 60% of the earth oxygen actually comes from the sea. And to be very specific, it comes from the planktons, phytoplanktons, right? So this contraption or this invention basically increases the amount of phytoplankton, okay, in the ocean, so that the phytoplankton will actually, when they synthesize food, they will actually release more oxygen into the atmosphere. Why we are so concerned about, the oxygen content in the atmosphere? Because the oxygen content, I think now has dropped below 20%. Okay, and when humans do not get enough oxygen, we don't live that well. We don't thrive, right? We get sickness. We get a lot of problems. Okay, so next we have upcoming what they say will be the age reversal apparel. Okay, and we have also seen the age reversal water in a form of X2O, which is also coming. They have actually launched it in US, but Malaysia is still waiting because of the overwhelming response from US. We do not have enough of machine to distribute around. Okay, and we also have something which we call the energy recharging sofa. Wow, I am very curious. Okay, and the gene resetting machine is one of them, and the biopneumatic enhancer. All these are actually coming, and LifeWave is not your normal MLM company per se. Okay, we actually have, the next few years of products that David Smith is going to launch that is already in the lineup. Now either doing clinical studies, double-blind placebo experiments on, animals or humans or be it whatever, clinical studies that he needs to do to get the thing patented and, all these kind of things. Okay? So these are the things that we will be looking forward to that is coming under the LifeWave banner. Amazing, right? So imagine if you are doing the business. Wow. This is totally different. And if you remember the video I played for you just now, it's from David's own mouth. He says, we own all this technology. It's LifeWave proprietary technology that no one else has. Wow. I get goosebumps, listening to that sentence of his, right? So we have actually a world-class research and development laboratory. okay, where David spent most of his time in the lab, okay, and he spent almost 20 years and billions of dollars trying to get inventions for us, right? The first ever patch that we have was created in 2004, right? And that was called the Energy Enhancer, okay? And yeah, before that, he actually put a lot of effort, a lot of money into the research and development of the patches, okay? And what we were told in the convention, in the global convention, is everything works around the patches, okay? It amplifies the results of the patches, right? So the X2O machine amplifies the results of, the patches as in X39 and so on and so forth, right? So moving forward, our manufacturing facility is the state-of-the-art, one of the few fully automated in-house manufacturing. In-house manufacturing is very important. So you do not want to release your patches technology to a third-party manufacturer and they get your technology. You understand what I'm saying? And they just, tweak the technology a bit and they launch it under LifeWave, let's say. Okay? Which, they are capable of, right? So the exclusivity is no longer there. So our founder, David Smith, he is a man of vision and he knows, this technology is better kept in-house. So our manufacturing facility, we have two, which complies to ISO standard. It is ISO 9001 for processes and ISO 18345 to satisfy the requirements of a pharmaceutical manufacturing line, okay, for the pharmaceutical manufacturing industry. And our patches are actually class 1 medical device, okay? So you see, the fully automated in-house manufacturing, you do not have anybody touching the patches at all, from the beginning right up until the end where the patches go into the sleeve and is sealed. Okay? Amazing, huh? We are the one of the very few that has this fully automated in-house manufacturing. So, I will also touch a little bit on this later on in the product section. Okay, so this talks about how the patches work, right? We get the source of energy, from the sun. Okay, and our body basically emits light through biophotons. Now, biophotons are low-level frequency lights. If you look at yourself through a thermal imaging machine, you don't see the handsome me, okay? You don't see the handsome me, but on the screen, you will see that my being probably will have red light, yellow light, green light, blue light, whatever lights that I am emitting, okay? So these photons are basically result of probably your body going through metabolism, digestion of food, your DNA replicating, and the cells communicating between each other. Okay? So the patch, a lot of people are very, very curious. They take the patch and they cut it into two, right? And they wanted to see whether there are things inside the white color part of the patch. Actually, you don't see anything, right? Now, it has a layer of nanocrystals that is sealed in a patented sheet of medical grade plastic. Okay, so it is nanocrystals made out of water, oxygen, a proprietary blend of amino acid depending on what type of patches you're using, whether it's X39 or Aeon or glutathione or wherever it is, and organic compounds, okay, that are sealed between two films and they are medical grade. Now, because they are plastic, it is non-permeable, meaning you can actually go and shower with the patches on. You do not have to remove, right? Unless you are a Muslim, you are going for your prayers, you have to basically remove, right? So the plastic is impermeable to moisture. So some people, the reaction will be, the skin will not be able to exfoliate. So basically, some of us will get a slight, reaction to the patches. But very simple, you just move the patches around a little bit, okay? And that will solve the problem. Now, what does the patches do? The patches actually react like a little mirror to reflect your wavelength of light that your body is actually emitting. So, the advice is do not be grumpy. Okay? Now, there is lights that you emit. I mean, if you are unhappy, you are depressed, or you are angry, the lights will not be red. The lights will not be bright lah. The lights will be dark blue, black, very somber lights, So the patch will actually reflect all those lights back into your body. So better still, let's be more happy, right? And positive, right? So this nanocrystals mixture functions as a reflector. That means the patch will actually work like a mirror, okay? It will absorb and it will actually reflect the light back to your body or your skin to signal your body to produce a higher level of GHK copper or glutathione level or carnosine level, depending on which patch you are using, actually back into your body, right? However, for basically the vegetarian, okay, people who are vegans, okay, will not produce a hormone which is called beta-alanine, okay? And beta-alanine is the precursor of carnosine. So, vegans tend to, take a longer period to actually respond to the signaling from the patches. But nevertheless, vegans, I'm not asking you to take meat now, okay? I'm not so bad. I understand, all right? So some of you don't feel comfortable taking meat. You can actually go into the pharmacy and look for beta-alanine supplements, okay? You can supplement yourself so that your body has the raw material to respond to the signaling from the patches, okay? So basically, that's how the patches work. Okay. Now, light triggers biochemical changes in your body to elevate GHK copper. Now, if you notice, I don't know whether you read the news or you have been following the news or not. Now, there's a certain place in Japan that actually the population, yes, that's the word I'm looking for, 100 years old, right? And this place is called Okinawa, right? So, when the scientists did a research, why these people, the population in that particular place, only that particular place, in Japan, I mean, there are places elsewhere in the world, but that particular place in Japan, the population is amazing, right? So they did this research, curious lah, so did research. They found out that place in the air, in the water, in the soil, has an elevated change in your body to elevate the production of GH. Okay. So, like the same how it works is like the apparently that your mom or your grandmom or morning sun, especially before 10 o'clock in the morning, right? So when that happens, the sun will actually reduce the bilirubin count in the baby. And so another example is when you expose yourself to the sun, right? Ultraviolet light, the non-visible light range, ultraviolet light, will actually cause our body to produce more vitamin D. And that's how you get your beautiful tan. All right. I don't like to tan myself. I like to be fair, rather than tan. Because last time I used to, and one time the worst case scenario was I look like a Malay, because I'm working in Sime Darby in the heavy machine industry, and every day I'm exposed to the sun. I go to quarries and all. Okay. So it's a bit scary when I join LifeWave. I say overexposure will actually cause, not so good result to your skin, right? You age faster. So now I prefer to be fair, che, okay? Now, so that is how the light will trigger the biochemical change, all right? And the most important amino acid compound that we want to increase in production is GHK copper, indirectly affecting or influencing how long you live. Okay? Amazing, right? So, now when you elevate the GHK copper, okay, this GHK copper, when you have elevated level, your body will start to produce and reactivate the production or repair whatever stem cells that is damaged or lacking. It will produce more stem cells or repair the damaged stem cells or the lazy stem cells. Right, this GHK copper will signal your body, and your body will actually give that lazy stem cells a kick in the butt and say, "Hey, wake up, man! Okay, it's time for you to do your work. Don't be lazy." Right? And this amazing compound was found in 1973, where this scientist Lauren P. GHK copper, okay, from he found, basically in short, he found GHK copper, right? And he actually did a few experiments. He observed when he put blood from a younger person, age 20 and below, to the liver cells of a person aged 60 to 80. All right. The liver cells, the older cells, started functioning nearly the same way as the younger liver tissue. Amazing, huh? Right? Yes. Okay. So you will also ask me, wow, okay, Alfred, I have knee pain. How long is it going to take that, LifeWave will help me with my knee pain? Now, it is not for me to say, it is not for Jinlong to say, it is not for Jinhua to say, or it is not for any doctor to say. But I can safely tell you your body is the one responsible, okay, to apportion or to tell the body or the stem cells where you should go and repair first. Because stem cells are attracted to the site of inflammation, okay? And stem cells play a very, very important role in healing your body, and they will go to the site of the injury, okay? So your body will say, okay, where to go and solve first. Now, when you have pain, it can be very frustrating, right? Especially knee pain or joint pains or whatever. Every time you move, there is pain, and it's very frustrating. So to many, many people, they want their pain to be solved first, okay? But your body does not work in that way. Most probably, they say that, hey, your liver is having problems more critical than that knee pain, okay? So the stem cells will actually be transported or, instructed to go to your liver to do the repairs there first, rather than your knee pain. But it will come slowly. So you need to give yourself time, okay? I give you an analogy. I can give you iPhone 17, and iPhone 17 battery, the TRX Apple Store will tell you, oh, it's good for 2 days, let's say, under normal usage, right? But when you charge the phone, if you do not give the charging ample timer, enough timer, your phone will not be charged. However good the phone is, or however big the battery capacity is, it will not last you 2 days. Why? Because it is not fully charged. You did not give time for the phone to be charged. Same analogy is if you use, and you don't give your body enough time. I have a lot of times talk to people after using 1 month. They say, why why still not yet why after 3 months they will come and ask me again, ayo, why still like that why not solve yet? Please give your body the time, okay? I will tell you why. Because your body needs time. Let's say, for example, your brain, it needs 365 days, okay, to completely change all the brain cells in your brain. Okay? So give it time. Yeah? So total blood change in your body takes about 130 to 140 days, depending on whether you're a male or a female. Okay? So you will start seeing results after the 120 to 130 days, which is what? 3 months? 4 months? So yeah, give yourself ample time, LifeWave products will actually work. You seriously just have to trust it and give it time. Okay? So the stem cells have a remarkable ability to differentiate into whatever cells that your body needs, Let's say if your liver cells is damaged, the stem cells will actually go to that liver area and basically turn themselves into liver cells. Okay? So, another thing I want to share with you is you can actually donate your liver. No. I'm not asking you to donate your liver. Please, don't also. Okay, don't go and sell your liver as well. Okay? On the black market. No. Okay? Now, you can donate up to 90% of your liver and you will still survive. Okay? And within 1 to 2 months, your liver functions, everything will return to 100%. That's your body 101 for you. Right? Amazing, right? Now, same thing is, I'm sure some of you here have actually fallen down and broken a bone before, right? So who heals your bone, your broken bone? Is it your body or is it the doctor? The doctor will only put your broken bone depending on how severe it is, whether it's a hairline crack or a straight off break, or it's a jagged break, or whatever lah, the doctor will actually put that place into a cast. The rest is your body, but the condition is you must have enough healthy stem cells to do the repair. Okay? So, that brings me to the end of this light and stem cells brochure. Okay? So, always remember, instead of going into an appointment with two, how do you say, two bunches of bananas, which means your hand lah, which means empty-handed lah, you go. It's best that you bring the light and stem cells brochure so that you actually look more professional and you sound more professional, and you look at that light and stem cells brochure, you can go area by area and you do not miss anything. Okay? And I assure you, if you do that, the closing rate would be much, much higher. And actually, Jinlong spent a lot of time, money, and resources to put this light and stem cells brochure together, Right? Okay? So, without any further ado, I will jump straight into the product part, where I will actually hand the session over to Jinhua, who will be taking the business section tonight. Now, if you have any questions for either one of us, either Jinhua or myself, you can type your questions into the chat box, and we will actually try our very best to answer each and every question. Okay? So before I go any further, I would like to welcome everyone back to Super Wednesday again. Okay? It's always nice to see everyone here. Right? So as usual, before I start my presentation, I normally take all of you through the LifeWave disclaimer. Okay? LifeWave products are for general wellness and intended to only maintain, or encourage a general state of health or healthy activity. Now, the content provided by us here, myself and Jinhua, is presented in summary form. It's general in nature and is provided for informational purposes only. Always consult your physician or other qualified healthcare provider before embarking on a new health regimen, diet, or fitness program. Do not disregard any medical advice that you have received or delay in seeking it. Okay? So LifeWave reserves the right to change product prices and selection. And one more thing, when the business section comes on afterwards, it's for illustration purposes. The money, the commission and everything, is for illustration purposes as well. Okay? Building a team needs effort, time, and, leadership. Okay? So having gotten the LifeWave disclaimer for product and business out of the way, let's go. All right. We talk about the 3 pillars of health again. Okay. So I'm sure most of you are very well versed already about this. So the first pillar is nutrition. All right. When we talk about the minerals, we talk about protein, we talk about vitamins. These are the raw ingredients, like what I said just now, to allow your body to build more tissue, in order to build more blood, in order to build more neurons, more nerve cells, and things like that. Okay? And basically, the second pillar is exercise. We talk about cardio fitness, marathon, the sprinting, and we talk about the resistance training when people go to the gym. Okay? You go to the gym, you go to fitness center, you lift weights, you do your exercise on the treadmill, you do the bicycle exercise. And have you asked yourself, why is exercise important? Because we want to get your blood circulating. That's very important, right? So when we talk about the blood circulatory system, there are 2 major parts. Okay? The first part is the blood circulation. And do you know that when you exercise, you induce the calf muscles to work? Okay, the calf muscles is basically your second heart, right? It will actually pump the blood back into your heart or help the circulatory system. Okay, so the blood can be circulated more efficiently. However, when you look at the lymphatic system, there's no pumping from the heart. Okay, so in order for you to circulate the lymphatic drainage system, you have to do it through movement. That's why, exercise, brisk walking, swimming, movement, exercise are very good. This is why exercise is very important to ensure your body's immunity is intact, right? So most people talk about nutrition. Wow, I eat very well lah, I eat a ballon lah, I take a lot of supplements lah, this lah, right? And most people talk about exercise. They come in front of you, they show you their, bicep lah, the tricep thing lah, they become, the physique become very nice. But when you ask people about organ function, okay, one simple question I ask, if I ask you, do you know how your digestive system, how your absorption, how your excretion is? Most people can answer or not? They cannot answer, right? So most people answer like this: I think my digestion is okay lah. My appetite okay lah. Okay, every time I go eat, I can poo lah. I don't have constipation problem. Only sometimes I feel a little bit of acid reflux. Maybe acid too much. Healthy stomach ma. Maybe I feel a little bloated lah. Maybe, so you see this kind of awareness that our society has nowadays on organ function. Okay, so I'm taking you step by step on how you actually need to be more aware of your health. Okay, the knowledge, many people's knowledge about health is still lacking. Okay, you can talk about nutritional supplements, you can talk about food supplements, you talk about organic food, which is now wow, everyone goes for organic food. Most people know about this. When you talk about exercise, you do not have enough exercise, people say. Okay, that's why you are so fat, right? Maybe you try to exercise more. Then they can sign up for, True Fitness lah, Anytime Fitness lah. They go to Fitness First lah. They hire personal trainers lah. So when you do not have nutrition, you know how to add nutrition, right? When you do not have exercise, you know how to add exercise. But when we come to organ function, do you know how to enhance your organ function? You don't know, right? To make matters worse, I have personally tried. I last time have gastric, right? Long time ago. I go and tell the doctors, hey, doctor, I got gastric lah, stomach ache lah. Then they say, oh, you take Gelusil. I can still remember. It's a form of a gel. Okay, so you actually don't know. And what does the doctor do? You tell them you have this problem. You pass them this problem. What does the doctor do? The doctor will tell you, ayah, you take antacid lah. Okay, when you have absorption issue, you look very, very thin, very lethargic, no strength, no nothing, because you are not absorbing your nutrient. They advise you to take probiotic and prebiotic. Now, when you have excretion problem or constipation problem, they ask you to take laxative. Is that solving the problem, or is that managing your symptom? I think all those are managing symptoms, right? So all these solutions are not to enhance organ function, but they suppress organ function. They suppress the symptom. Sorry, they don't suppress organ function. They suppress the symptom. Okay. Now, have you ever wondered why in this century, we have so many nutritional supplements lah. You know, companies which the name starts from A to B to C to D to E, everything. Okay, so many different kinds of exercise regime. Yet we are getting more and more incurable diseases, cancer, you know, everything, a lot of things. It is because of all these incurable diseases, you know, they originated from where? They originated from degeneration. Okay? Degeneration of what? Degeneration of your organs. So I want to make it very, very clear. I am so lucky that I got in touch with LifeWave. Okay? LifeWave is actually at the center of everything. Okay? So it's the only company out there now, currently, where I see providing a more holistic solution. I don't have to eat, I don't have to swallow, I don't have to inject, I do nothing. I just patch and I go. Right? They are providing a more holistic solution in terms of enhancing our cellular energy level. Right? And the most important thing is to activate the stem cells production and, you know, to a certain extent repair or wake up the lazy stem cells. Okay? Now, tonight we're going to talk about you. Okay? So, again, we want to know about our internal organ function. I'm trying to show you here whether organ function is important or whether exercise and nutrition is more important. Where do you think? Okay? Now, if I eat fish for my protein, so this is stage number 1, nutrition and protein ingestion, right? When the food enters my stomach, okay, it goes to stage number 2. This is where my body digests. When protein is broken down into amino acid by my stomach acid, okay, then it gets into the small intestine to be absorbed, ready to be absorbed, right? Now, when amino acid is absorbed into the bloodstream, it goes to stage number 4. And the amino acids will be transported by our blood circulatory system into our vital organs. So in my case, the amino acids will be utilized in the body to build new muscles. Like for everybody, this process is called myogenesis. Okay? We have talked about this for a few weeks. I think you already know. So if you use the 3 pillars of health to analyze diagram, the first part, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay? You can see there, number 1 is under nutrition. Right? Is what you eat, ma. Okay? And people always say, you are what you eat. Okay? Number 2 is under what? Organ function. Number 3 is under organ function. Number 4 is also organ function. So which one is more important? Nutrition or organ function? I would say hands down, organ function. Right? So in order for you to enhance your health, to really start improving your organ function, it is very clear. To make you clearer about the importance of organ function, let's look at the common illnesses or the common chronic disease that we are seeing today. Last time we don't see this, now we begin to see a lot of all this. Okay? A lot of people will tell you, I got heartburn sensation. Okay? I got a lot of stomach acid reflux. I've got bloating. Okay? If I eat something not right, I have digestive issue. Okay? And then I have chest pain, vascular damage. Okay? I have a lot of issues. I have muscle loss issue. Okay? So, nutrition forms only one part, okay, in the whole process. Number 2, number 3, number 4 are all under organ function. So which one is more important, organ function or nutrition? I think all of us got the answer tonight, huh? It's organ function, huh? Okay, and LifeWave is basically at the center of improving organ functions. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how to repair or even reverse aging of your internal organ function. So every one of us have two types of age. Number one, chronological age. Number two, biological age. Now, to put it simply, chronological age means how old you are. If let's say I'm 29 years old, but I look like 20 years old, that look like means biological age. Now, ask yourself, do you have friends who are 50 years old, but look like they are 60 years old? Got right. So in order to return from 60 back to 50 years old, is called what? Anti-aging. Okay? So you need to repair internal organ functions. Okay? This repair is called anti-aging. Okay? You need to repair the internal organ function to reflect who you are on the outside. But are you going to compromise or to look exactly like your age, when you reach maybe 60, 70 years old? You notice or not, most LifeWave users don't look their age. So the question is, do you want to look like 90 years old? Or do you want to look like maybe 60 years old, or maybe you look like 50 years old when you are 90? The kind of vitality, the kind of energy, the kind of cognitive sharpness, cognitive function that you have, even at the age of 90, is still equivalent to that when you are 50 years old. Cool, right? So from 50, you want to go back to 35 years old. This is called reverse aging. Okay? Now, for an example, if today your car battery goes flat, okay, you cannot start, you cannot move the car, right? So in order for you to start the car, what do you need? You need energy, right? So when you talk about anti-aging, the element is how to increase cellular energy in a way that your body can utilize this additional amount of energy to repair the organ function and to jumpstart the thing. So now, if you look at the two blue color area, okay, today you will see a lot of wellness market right now. In general, they are divided into two markets. The first market is about anti-aging, okay, where you have a lot of fruit juice. You go into the supermarket, you see booze, the juice, whatever, okay. So the first market is about anti-aging. A lot of fruit juice, a lot of supplements, a lot of energy therapeutic products, like the garments, the pants and everything, right? So the second one is about reverse aging. You talk about stem cells injection, PRP. You talk about placenta, okay? Now, and basically, if you want the best of both worlds, we have X39. This is the best of both worlds, okay? Now, and the patches in LifeWave have more than 80 clinical studies. Please do not believe me. Go to your back office, go under the home and science area, you find all these clinical studies, okay? And there are more than 200 global patents now. You can please check it out yourself in the USPTO website. Check out the patent number. Then this is a screenshot that we took directly from the USPTO website. So let's go back to what's the problem now. The problem is when we were born, we are loaded with stem cells. And when we age, the production of stem cells drop by a lot, if you look at it, right? If you reach the age of 60 to 90, right, that's when you want to enjoy life, right or not? You have been working the whole entire life. You retire at 60, and suddenly you find that, you have knee pain, you cannot walk properly. You have, diabetes. You cannot eat your favorite cake. as a Malaysian, you cannot eat that much of durian. You cannot eat this, you cannot eat that. It's very depressing, right? Right? So, human cycles, our stem cells actually reduce rapidly through age. So what can we do, right? I told you just now, we found a place in Japan which has got an elevated level of this GHK-Cu. So GHK-Cu is actually the solution, okay? How? You say, hey, how? Very simple. When you use the product called X39, X39 stimulates the production of GHK copper. So your GHK copper level is actually elevated. And when this elevation happens, it activates your stem cell. Now you have two choices. Whether you take a natural approach or you take the synthetic approach, the GHK copper that is produced from a factory or from your own body. I will never take a synthetically produced GHK copper. Okay? And GHK copper can be synthetically produced and they can be injected. Okay? Now, I would normally not go for those synthetically produced. I would actually rely on my own body. Okay? So, these sources of stem cells, you can have three sources of stem cells. One is from a donor. Number two is animal placenta. Number three is your own, right? I will never go for third party. I will never go for animals. I will go for my own, right? And this technology is just so amazing. It does not need you to plug into any power source because the LifeWave patches are powered by our own body heat. Amazing, right? And it is so natural. Natural means this technology can work across humans, animals, and plants. Imagine now the allopathy that you have. Let's say cough syrup. When you're coughing, you can take this cough syrup to handle your cough issue, right? But have you asked yourself, can you use this same cough syrup to handle rose? Let's say you plant rose, the flower rose, you want the flower to bloom, right? Can you give this cough syrup and expect the rose to bloom? Cannot, right? So what is natural? Something that is natural needs to be able to work across the spectrum and benefits humans, animals, and plants. Let's take a look. These are the people, these are the amazing results of people from different ethnicity, different country, different age groups benefiting from the use of the patches. Okay? Now, if you look at animals, you look at this brown dog, the owner took it to the veterinarian, says that this dog cannot get the vision back. So the owner didn't give up hope, right? He used the X39 patch on the pet, the dog. And if you look at the second picture below here, at my cursor, you look at the eyes, it cleared up, okay? And it did not have direct contact to the dog because of the fur, the owner patched the X39 patch on the collar. You see? Amazing, right? And look at this. Look at the lady's finger, and these patches are across the animals. When the owner use it on the animals, the owner use it on the plants. These are used patches, second-hand patches after 12 hours, right? They just remove and they put it on the plants. Look at the lady's finger. Amazing size, right? Okay. This is monster finger, not lady's finger. Okay. So how this thing all began? It began in 2004 this is where the first product of LifeWave came out. It's called the Energy Enhancer, and Energy Enhancer was the first product patent filed by US. It is a technology that helps stimulate nerves and points on the skin to produce sustained energy and increase endurance. When you use the Energy Enhancer, your strength will increase by 22%. Your energy will increase by 33% within 5 minutes. Amazing, huh? Okay. And LifeWave, when the LifeWave Energy Enhancer patch was actually invented, David Smith approached a 6-time Olympic swim coach, Richard Quick. Okay. And this Richard Quick used it on the Stanford University swim team. When he used this energy enhancer on the swim team, 6 of the 8 members broke their personal lifetime record. Right? So Stanford members were spotted wearing the patches during the Olympic swim trials. Okay? And because of this successful effect of the patches, there were more than 1,000 people that came forward who wanted to become LifeWave distributors. Okay? And because of all this, the doping agency started, to suspect whether these patches contain any performance-enhancing drugs. Right? So then they had to do their research, and finally, USADA was asked to look into the information provided concerning these patches. And after a lot of testing that's being done, the UCLA laboratory reports that none of the patches contain any substance on the prohibited list. Okay, and because of all this, the athletes started using this. And Michael Phelps was one of the athletes. Okay, he has multiple gold medals from multiple Olympic Games. Okay, and there are celebrities who use the patches. For example, like David Smith, you see Serena Williams, and you see more recently, I think 1 or 2 years ago, on Mike Tyson's last, fight, he was seen using the patch, right? So you tell me, hey, these are athletes, these are world-class people. What about Malaysians? We are Malaysians. What about Malaysians? Do you have any Malaysians using the thing or not? Look, who is this? This is Chef One, right? And he was battling cancer and he was seen using the patch. Okay? Celebrities also use the patch. So we are a bit different. Now, most of the times you hear a lot of companies telling you, wow, we have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 doctors, approving this product. But who are the doctors? You don't know them. There's no name, no face, nothing. LifeWave is a bit different. These are the medical and health professionals that recommend LifeWave to their customers. You can go into the US and look for them. All right. Dr. Karen Khan is one of the more famous ones. She does a lot of podcasts. She does a lot of YouTube videos teaching people. She's a holistic, wellness person. Okay. So let's dive a bit deeper into how this technology works. Very simple. Okay. Our body takes time to heal itself. Reverse aging takes time. Okay. Here are the times that is involved. That's why we encourage people to give yourself at least 3 to 6 months on the patches. Right? So these are the times where the body regenerates itself. Skin is 1 month, blood 4 months, brain, like I told you just now, 1 year, liver 6 weeks. Okay? So you need to give yourself the time. Remember the analogy of the iPhone 17. You don't give yourself time, your phone will never be charged. Okay? So this is what we have gone through just now. How the patches work is basically all living things get their energy from the sun. And when we consume these things, we also get part of this energy. And our body actually emits this energy in a form of light. And the patch, very simply, contains your nanocrystals like salt crystal, sugar crystal, hydrogen, oxygen, water crystals, and most importantly, a proprietary blend of organic amino acids. These things act like a mirror that will actually reflect back a certain wavelength of light back into your body. That is a summarized version, a simple version to tell you how the patch works. Okay? Now, most of us carry diseases. We have chronic disease, and most of us need to take medication. Okay? So actually, what can we do, you ask? So here you take a look at the overview of the X39 benefits that I will tell you. So it supports recovery, okay, of minor aches and pains, basically improves mental clarity. X39 helps you manage inflammation as well. It mobilizes stem cells, stimulates the skin to produce low levels of, with low levels of light to produce GHK copper and stem cells. And when GHK copper produces more stem cells, the byproduct is collagen. Okay, when your body produces more stem cells, it will also produce collagen. And it will improve your skin appearance, reduce fine lines and wrinkles. And it will allow you to sleep better. Okay, as soon as 24 hours of using the X39, it will actually help you reset 3,000 to 4,000 genes. Okay, so these are the areas of, inflammation. Okay, your body can go into inflammation mode if you have physical injury, you have a medical condition like arthritis, cancer, fibromyalgia, migraine, headaches, menstrual cramps, nerve damage, autoimmune disorder, osteoarthritis, when you go through surgical, or when you have bacteria or virus infection, overuse, like sports people, your body will go through inflammation. And uncontrolled inflammation will cause stem cells to die. Okay, so it's very important we need to control inflammation. We have a product which is called Aeon, and Aeon controls inflammation and help you manage pain because it is clinically proven to reduce stress. It is also clinically proven to decrease inflammation in the body, promotes relaxation, mental fatigue, elimination of mental fatigue, increased physical strength, and have anti-aging effect. Okay, so the LifeWave patches that actually supports pain you can consider besides the X39 and Aeon is IceWave, Carnosine, and glutathione. Okay, so these are some of the clinical studies that we have done on the YH product. Okay, that actually helps in relieving pain. Okay, it has a relaxing effect as soon as 20 minutes or even less. So David Smith, just now I said, he has actually spent more than 20 years now in R&D. Okay, so X39 was invented in 2018 and it was launched in 2019. Okay, and why do we actually encourage X39 and Aeon? Is because X39 improves or elevates GHK copper, and it will actually activate the production of healthy stem cells. Okay, and it's clinically proven to enhance overall vitality and health. We use it together with Aeon because Aeon brings down the inflammation. Remember when we told you if your body is under inflammation, your stem cells will not survive long enough to do the work. It will also promote relaxation. Okay, why this combo is a very simple analogy. If your house is on fire, the fireman needs to put out the fire first before the doctors can help the victim, right? So with that, we have come to the end of the presentation for the, what do you call this, product side. Okay, So without any further ado, let me bring on the next speaker. Okay, so the next speaker will be a pharmacist of more than 10 years. He actually has served as a pharmacy in UK. Okay, and he actually graduated with a master's of pharmacy, but now he's no longer a practicing pharmacist lah. Okay, so because he believes that after so many incidences, he saw his own grandmother, he saw himself, he tried to self-medicate himself, he did not work, in fact it got even worse. So finally, by a stroke of luck or something, he met LifeWave. And now I get so jealous of him. You know why? Because he turned into a different person altogether, and he looks so handsome now. I'm sure most of you have met him personally, right? Wow. It's a total change, okay, from his puffy old self, right? So without any further ado, let me pass this session over to our amazing pharmacist, Mr. Tan Jinhua. Over to you, Jinhua.
Thank you, Alfred. Thank you for the wonderful introduction and also very informative presentation earlier. Yeah, so that's something that is always the first part when we talk about health, what to do, and a lot of times we don't have a clue. That's why we have all these education sessions, to really benefit our community members and also your family and friends as well that are interested. Now, health is one big part of it, but without money, we can't as well. So it's correlated, all right? And a lot of times, when we are actually using this technology, I can be very honest with you. I did not intend to come in and do the business at the beginning. Yeah. I just wanted to use it for my own health, but the results were so fantastic that I had to share. And putting my parents on the patches and myself, if I do not share out this technology, the cost for my family would be about 2,000 plus ringgit a month. But now they'll use it for free. How great is that? Yeah. So don't be shy. I understand that a lot of people, they are very shy and embarrassed when they talk about the patches and, oh, you know what? You can make money as well. Because the mentality of people is that, your friend would be thinking that, oh, you want to make money off me. So that's why when we look at this situation, I can understand why. But why not think about it another way that, even doctors, they have to promote medications, therapies, and all that. And who pays them? Pharmaceutical companies, right? So everyone has to make a living. I'm sure people will understand if you are just honest with them. Simple as that. I have to make a living. I don't sell drugs anymore. Yeah. So I have to do something to make a living as well. So this is something that we all need to really train our mindset. You're providing a service or product, and in return you get money. You get to pay your bills. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. So LifeWave has a very a powerful compensation plan, I would say. And last October, when the company actually enhanced the compensation plan, you can actually see much more money at the beginning. So for newer people that have just joined in as a brand partner of LifeWave, this is something that we never used to enjoy before October 2025. Okay, I can tell you that it's so powerful that you will be using the package cheaper over time. Yeah. So initially, I always tell people that yes, initially the package 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus, it's an investment in your own health. Yeah. So some people say that, oh, you know what, 500-600 ringgit a month, I can't afford it. But if you tell them that, look, guys, it's an investment in your own health and I can get it cheaper for you over time. Yeah. So this is how I actually share with people these days. I say, look, it's an investment, right? So it's either few hundred ringgit a month of medications, or you start doing prevention. You start going to the gym, you start eating right, you start patching. Yeah. So a lot of people don't see the the future. They only live to see now. Okay. So which is also dangerous. So that's why we need to keep on educating ourselves and know what to say to be able to really break through the mindset of your people as well. Okay. Now let's get started. Now, if you haven't seen this before, this is the entire overview of the enhanced compensation plan, right? So most of us are just getting started, okay? So today I'm just going to talk about just phase 1 alone, okay? Now, if you got to phase 2 and phase 3, congratulations, right? But you will have new members that will just start, they'll just start and they will have to start at phase 1 as well. Yeah, we all start that way, okay? So phase 1 consists of 3 different bonuses. One, the product introduction bonus, the PIB. The second one, business launch bonus. And the third one, level earning bonus. Okay. Now, this is how you explain to new people. You don't tell them about, oh, binary bonus and all that. They've got 9 ways of paying because people get very confused. So initially, when the plan came out, I got very confused that I did not want to look at it. Yeah. But when I slowly understood, how can I relate this to new people that wants to look at the compensation plan? Okay. So I broke it down to phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, like how the company did it. I did not do the full presentation. I just said, look, let's look at phase 1 first. It's like going to university. You need to start by going to kindergarten first. Okay. And then primary school, secondary school. All right. So that is your phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Yeah. So let's start simple first. Okay. And the foundation. If you set the foundation right, people will be more receptive to you. Yeah. So don't go around trying to talk so much about the plan because people don't understand. Yeah. They just want to know how can you use it cheaper. Simple as that. Okay. So if you go to your back office, if you have not seen your back office before for the new people, this is what it looks like. Yeah. This is the main page of yours. And you can see that on the left side, this will be a sample of what commission that you're getting every single week. Okay. And on the on the right side, it's what your ranking is, yeah? And how much left do you need to be able to go up? In this instance, this person, let's call him Mr. Ong, he has actually achieved 1-star manager and he's on the way to 3-star manager. Can you see that 38%? Yep. So what do you need to do? It's all here, the action plan, right? So if you click on PV 110, can you see it's green, full green, right? That means you have hit that requirement. Now, the next one is qualified downline volume, QDV. Now, the minimum to get 3-star manager is 2005 QDV. What does that mean? So he has achieved 1785 in total QDV. So if you click on this icon, what happens is that they'll show you, okay, who is contributing in your group to make it to 1785 total. Okay. And then the volume legs, okay, you click on it and you have to make sure that one of your personal sponsor, your personal downline has to have minimum 1000 TDV. Okay. So it's actually very simple. Don't complicate it. And I want to show you a sample calculation on the 3 bonuses that I was talking about. Okay. Now, the first one, if you go to, you see here, right at the left hand column, right, you can see view all your commissions. Now, if you click on that, what you can see that you come to this page, yeah, and they'll show you commission week by week, okay? And in this case, Mr. Ong, on the 1st of December to 7th of December, he received 1064.80 as commission. And he's a new member, by the way. So it's not too bad. 1 week, you can make 1000 plus. 4 weeks is already 4000 plus. Okay or not? Yeah. So if your usage of X39 Aeon for a start is 588 per month, you're already covered. It's already free. Okay. So how did he achieve this? Now, he basically introduced people. Can you see right at the bottom there? When you actually click the tab, you can see where are you receiving commission from. Yeah. So the product introduction bonus, he actually received from 2 people that he signed up. Okay. One is 330, the other one is 330 as well. So the total, it says here 660. Straightforward, right? So how do you get this particular 330 ringgit? Now, this is how it works. Now everything is fixed from the company, the pricing, okay? Now, if you sign up somebody advanced pack, in ringgit is RM2354. You get a volume of 300, okay, QV, and also your PIB amount is 330 ringgit. Okay, so if you're Singapore, then it's still in USD. All right. So if you're in Malaysia, we all use ringgit. Okay. Now that is when we go back to the screen there. That is how Mr. Ong received his product introduction bonus of 330 ringgit. So if you have 10 people that purchase advance from you, you times 330 times 10, that is 3,300 ringgit. Achievable, very achievable, yeah? So especially if you have a lot of people to help, yeah? So this is basically standard, and we call it the first bonus, PIB. So if you actually look at core pack is a ringgit 1298. So you receive volume of 180 and also 154 ringgit as your PIB amount. And so for advanced pack is 4290, 500 QV, and 726 as your PIB, your commission. Yeah. Premium is 7700. You receive total of 775. Yeah. As volume and 1782 as commission. Okay. So this is a one-off commission. Yeah. So then as you go along, your commission will grow and your group will grow as well. So I always tell people that phase one is where you actually make money for your coffee, your transport. You can pay electricity bill and things like that. Yeah. When you go to phase two, is where you pay for your housing loan, your credit cards, and things like that. It's bigger chunk already. Yeah. So we all start from the foundation first. Okay. And the second bonus that I showed you earlier in the first slide is called the level earning bonus. Now, what does this mean? Okay, so every level you will get a certain percentage of it depending on your ranking. Now, in this case, we look at these two people that Mr. Ong actually signed up, yeah, and he's if you look at the back office, he's actually getting 7%. Okay, from these two people. Why? Because first of all, he is a 2-star manager. Now, if you look at this chart, now, if you go to the dashboard, you will be able to see what ranking you are. Just like when I show you in the first page earlier, yeah, at your dashboard in your back office, okay? So as a 2-star manager, your level 1 bonus, you get 7%. Your level 2 bonus, you get 2%. Now, what does this mean? Okay, so how do you calculate this? Now, advanced package, as we saw earlier, it gives us 300 QV. Okay, now this is actually your volume, and you times it by 4.4. Why? Because this is the company formula. Okay, so then you will get 1320 ringgit here. Yeah, so then you times the 7% by 1320, you get 92.4 ringgit. Okay, for this second bonus. Now, again, if you have 10 people that sign up advance, you would get this part 92.4 times 10. That is 924 ringgit. It's really not too bad. Okay, so this is your first level. Okay, now if this two person that Mr. Ong signed up, they also sign up another person under them. Okay, what happens is that you will get an additional 2%. Okay, so it's 1320 times 2% equals to 26 ringgit and 40 cents per person. So you have 10 person again is 264 ringgit. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, if you adds up everything together, it's actually pretty a lot. Okay, so that is how you calculate the second bonus. Okay, now the third bonus is what we call the business launch bonus. If you have a downline that just recently signed up, let's say today, he has 9 weeks to complete this additional bonus, which is called business launch bonus. Okay, so then if he actually gets to paid 1-star manager, he can get additional 110, yeah, for each new sign up. Okay, or if he rank up to 2-star manager, he can get 220 ringgit for 9 weeks, provided that he is maintaining his paid rank for 2-star manager. Yeah, so work with your sponsor and work with your downlines to make sure they achieve these extra bonuses, because every part of this little bonuses contributes to how cheap they can use the patches for. Yeah. So that's how we actually share with people. Okay. Not in terms of telling them to come and do the business, things like that, because people may not want to do the business, but they want to use the patches for their own health. And why not use it cheaper? Why not we help them to use it cheaper? Isn't this beautiful? Yeah. So if let's say your immediate downline actually sign up somebody else, you are also entitled to another 55 ringgit as bonus. Yeah. If you are paid star, one-star manager, and 110 as a 2-star manager. Yeah. So that's how it works for this business launch bonus. Okay. So actually, to keep it very simple, we don't want to talk very deep details of the compensation plan because it takes time to really, really understand it. And it's not so easy to explain at the first place. So that's why we keep it very, very simple. And that is always how I actually so you can use this method. And if you look at the time that I actually explained this, it took me less than 50 minutes. Yeah. So that's why if you actually explain it too long, right, the more confused they get as well. So that's why we need to be able to put ourselves in their shoes to make sure that they understand. So then they don't feel that, oh, this is so hard to do. This is so hard to do. Okay. There's always level 1, level 2, level 3 until you go to the mastery level. Yeah. So we all learn over time, and I hope that you all got something from my little sharing earlier. Okay. So that's it. I think I'll pass the session back to Alfred as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, amazing. Okay. Do you have any questions for us? If you have any questions, then you please put it in the chat group and we will actually try to answer as many as we can. Okay. So, going back, is this video available? Yeah. Well, yeah, we have used it many, many times, right? You probably can search for the video on YouTube, right? Hopefully tonight, strategize will help when it's available. Okay. Okay. There don't seem to be any questions in the group chat. So, if that's the case, then I would basically move on to sharing what is coming up next. Normally we share what is coming up next in the sneak peek section, where we normally show you what will happen during the course of the week for LifeWave people. Okay, so we have business opportunity presentation in our Old Klang Road showroom. Those of you who do not know where is the Old Klang Road showroom, you can actually get to the person who brought you into this Zoom call and ask where is the Old Klang Road showroom, and we are more than happy if you can join us every day. We have BOP, business opportunity presentation. Basically, it's more to the product usage and how to patch and things like that. Okay, so tomorrow, on Monday we had Miss Mock. On Tuesday we had Francine. On Wednesday we had Patricia. So if you look at this, why there are certain days that is Mandarin, why there are certain days that is written in English. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, they are all English session. So Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, they are all Mandarin sessions. Okay, so if you want to know more, please come to Old Klang Road showroom, 2 o'clock every day, whether it's rain or shine, there will be a business opportunity presentation going on. So tomorrow, I will be in Old Klang Road. If you want to catch up, come and let's understand more about ourselves or our own body health. right? So this is an upcoming APEC trip that is an incentive trip for 2026. These are the requirements. These are the 5 ways how you earn points. And the qualification period is until February 22nd. You still have time. And the trip dates will happen on April 13 to April 16. And we are all going to Kota Kinabalu this round. Okay, so with that, if we have nothing, Jinhua, do you have anything to add? Okay. So then with that, we'll see you next week again, same time, same place. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Good night. See you next week. Bye-bye.